Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. G.M. Dharani, roll number 12, participant in the refresher course in Human Rights in Social Inclusion. So, I am here presenting my seminar presentation for this course. So, here I have taken topic as I have taken here topic as human rights in indigenous people means tribal peoples. These tribal peoples all over the world and mostly all the facing for same problems are they are so much away from these human rights. Even though in the Maharashtra, if we go in Gadchiroli districts, so in that we have to go their village by taking some food for them. They are so much having problems for the food and we have to left their home before 4 p.m. So after 4 p.m. cannot be we come out from their village because there are so many problems in their village. Uh, that means there are some Naxalite problems. That means if we try to go by that way, that means some trees where it is on the road, means cut on the road, or some tree leaves are cuts on the road, or some holies on the road. And if we try to move that tree away from that road, then there is bomb blast, bomb blast. This is the situation in Gadchiroli district or near about is Chhattisgarh or Jharkhand like this. So these are the so much problem facing in India of these Naxalites problems. So here that's why I have taken here topic as a human rights in indigenous people. That means tribal people. That means who lives very away from our from common people or civil people. So they prefer to live at jungle means natural. There are some definitions for these indigenous people. That is the people who inhabited a land before it was conquered by colonial societies and who consider themselves distinct from the societies currently governing those territories are called indigenous people. Is one of the definitions of these indigenous people as defined by the United Nations Special Rapporteur to the Subcommissions on Prevention of Discriminations and Protection of the Minorities, Indigenous Communities, Peoples and Nations are, there are certain definitions, those which having a historical continuity with pre-invasions and pre-colonial societies that develop on their territories consider themselves distinct from other sectors of societies now prevailing in those territories of or parts of them. They form at present non-dominant sector of society and are determined to preserve develop. That means they try to live alone from the civil people or common peoples, and so that's why they are very much away from these human rights and transmit to future generations their ancestral territories and their ethnic identity as the basis of their continued existence as peoples in accordance with their own cultural patterns, social institutions, and legal systems. Is the definition made by this Martin Cobo in 1984. The population of indigenous peoples are around in all over the world is 300 to 500 millions. Embody and nature 80% of the world's culture and biological diversity and occupy 20% of the world's land surface. The indigenous peoples of the world are very diverse. They live in nearly all the countries on all the continent of the world and form a spectrum of humanity ranging from traditional hunters, gatherers and subsistence, subsistence farmers to legal scholars. In some countries, indigenous people form the majority of the populations. Others comprise small minorities. Indigenous peoples are concerned with preserving land, protecting language, and promoting culture. Some indigenous peoples strive to preserve traditional ways of life, while others seek greater participation in the current and structure like cultural cultures and civilizations. Indigenous peoples are always adjusting and adapting to change in the world. Indigenous peoples recognize their common plights and work for their self-determination based on their respect of the earth. Despite such a extensive diversity in indigenous communities throughout the world, all indigenous peoples have one thing in common. They all share a history of injustice. Indigenous peoples have been killed, tortured, and enslaved. In many cases, they have been the victim of genocide. Genocide. They have been denied the right to participate in governing process of the current state systems. Consequent and colonization have attempted to steal their dignity and identity as indigenous peoples as well as the fundamental rights of self-determination. Indigenous peoples are indigenous peoples. The United Nations International Covenant on Civil Rights, Political Rights and International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights state that all peoples have the rights of self-determination by virtue of which they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social and cultural development. This is part 1, Article 1, 1966. However, because there has been dispute over the exact meaning of the term peoples, it is not clear exactly to whom peoples refers. Some state government oppose use of the terms peoples in regards to indigenous peoples because they fear its association with the right of secession and independent statehood. Those states would prefer the terms tribes or populations, which do not have those associations. On the other hand, indigenous peoples use the term peoples because of its associations with inherent recognition of a distinct identity. Indigenous people is a compromise between these two positions. Indigenous peoples and their advocates find the denial of being described as peoples and the inherent entitlement to self-determination a form of regime and continued discrimination. Rights at stake. Despite international recognition and acceptance of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which guarantees the fundamental rights of all human beings, in practical fact, indigenous peoples' human rights remains without specifically designated safeguards. That means they do not require any guarding. They do their self watching or this guarding. To this day, indigenous peoples continue to face serious threats to their basic existence due to systematic government policies. In many countries, indigenous peoples rank highest on such underdevelopment indicators as the proportion of people in jail, the illiteracy rate, unemployment rate, etc. They face discriminations in school and are exploited in the workplace. In many countries, they are not even allowed to study their own languages. In schools, sacred lands and objects are plundered from them through unjust treaties. National governments continues to deny indigenous people the right to live in and manage their traditional lands, often implementing policies to exploit the lands that have sustained them for centuries. In some cases, government have been enforced policies of forced assimilations in efforts to eradicate indigenous peoples, cultures and traditions. Over and over, governments around the world have displayed an utter lack of respect for indigenous values, traditions and human rights. In international discussion on the protection and promotion of indigenous people human rights, some states have argued that a more conscientious conscientious applications of human rights standards would resolve the issue. On the other hand, indigenous peoples argued that such international human rights standards have consistently failed to protect them thus far. For this needed, they argued, is the development of new international documents addressing the specific needs of the world's indigenous peoples. Although the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is designed to protect the human rights of all individual human beings, international concern concerning collective human rights remain vague and can fail to protect the group rights of indigenous peoples. International Instrument for the Protection of Indigenous Peoples Human Rights. International legal instruments take the form of treaty, also called agreement, convention, covenant, protocol, etc., which may be binding on the contracting states. When negotiations are completed, the text of the treaty is established as authentic and definitive and is signed to that effect by the representative of state. There are various means by which a state expresses its consent to be bound by treaty. The most common are ratifications or accessions. A new treaty is ratified by those states that who negotiated the instrument. A state which has not participated in the negotiations may at a later stage accede to the treaty. The treaty enters into force when a predetermined number of states have ratified or acceded to the treaty. When a state ratifies a or accedes to a treaty, that state may make reservations to one or more articles of the treaty, unless reservations are prohibited by the treaty. Reservations may normally be withdrawn at any time. In some countries, international treaties take precedence over national law. In others, a specific law may be required to give an international treaty, although ratified or acceded to the force of a national law. Practically, all states that have ratified or acceded to an international treaty must issue decrees, amend existing laws, or introduce a new legislation in order for the treaty to be fully effective on the national territory. Again, United States takes some actions, that is new. Human Rights Council adopts declaration in June 2006. Again, Human Rights Council resolutions 2006/2 working group of the commissions of human rights to elaborate a draft declaration in accordance with paragraph 5 of General Assembly resolution 49/214 of 23rd December 1994. So in all over the governments, they now take the action against this means good action to have a to that means they should also get a human rights for our indigenous peoples or tribes. So again, United Nations organs for indigenous peoples human rights. That means some voluntary peoples go and do some good work there. UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, working groups on the draft declaration of the rights indigenous peoples. There are some photos of this community. These are their needs which requires them to for aid. They search their food own hunting by hunting. Thank you very much. So this is the seminar submitted by that is by me, that is the GM Dharne, roll number 12 in this course human rights and social inclusion. Thank you very much. Thank you.